Rain pounded the glass windows of Harper's boutique as Lena Harper, 34, stared through the foggy pane at the man huddled beneath her store's awning. His blanket was soaked, his hands trembling, clutching a torn duffel bag like it was life itself. She had seen him there every night for a week, quiet, never begging, just existing in the shadows of her bright window displays. But tonight was different. Tonight she had decided to do something. She stepped outside, her heels splashing in puddles. "Hey," she said softly, bending toward him. "You can't sleep here anymore. The landlord's been—" He looked up, eyes pale blue, sharp even through exhaustion. "I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll move." "No, wait," she blurted, her voice cracking. "I didn't mean it like that." "You're freezing." Before we continue, if stories like this touch your heart, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Broken Chains. Every story here gives a voice to those society too often overlooks. For a moment, neither moved. The city lights shimmered in the puddles around them, and thunder rolled somewhere deep in the night. Then she saw it, his hands shaking uncontrollably as he tried to stand. Instinct took over. She helped him up, her arm slipping under his damp jacket. "Come on," she whispered. "You can warm up inside." "Just for a bit." He hesitated, glancing toward the store. "I don't want trouble." "You won't," she said, opening the door. "I promise." Inside, the boutique smelled of lavender candles and new clothes. The man stood awkwardly on the welcome mat, dripping rain onto the polished floor. Lena brought him a towel, her heart twisting as she noticed the thinness of his arms beneath the layers of old fabric. "What's your name?" she asked. "Eli," he said quietly. "Eli Turner." "Okay, Eli," she smiled faintly. "I'm Lena. Sit down here." She handed him a cup of coffee from her small break-room pot. He took it with trembling hands, his eyes soft with gratitude. "I'll leave soon," he murmured. "Didn't mean to bother anyone." "You're not bothering me," Lena replied. "Just drink." As he sipped, she glanced toward his battered duffel bag. The zipper was half broken, fabric frayed and darkened by time. Something metallic glimmered faintly through the opening, a circular edge catching the warm store light. She hesitated, then said softly, "You dropped something." When she reached to tuck the edge back in, the small round object slid out, a bronze medal, old but gleaming. It bore the engraving, "Purple Heart." Lena froze, Eli's head jerked up, eyes wide, a flash of pain and pride mixing in his expression. He snatched the medal gently, almost protectively, and whispered, "That's not for anyone to see." "You're a veteran?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. He looked down at the floor. Once. Lena's gaze softened as she realized the weight of what she'd stumbled upon. Not just a man in need, but someone forgotten by the world he'd served. Lena swallowed hard. "You don't have to hide it," she said gently. He smiled faintly. "People don't care much about medals when they see you digging through trash." That line hit her like a punch. She sat beside him on the bench near the counter, her elegant clothes contrasting sharply with his worn-out layers. "Eli, what happened?" He looked into the distance, beyond the glowing store lights, beyond the rain, his voice gravelly from years of silence. "I served 2 tours in Afghanistan," he said slowly. "Came home to nothing. My wife passed. My job fell apart. I thought I could rebuild, but—" He gave a bitter laugh. "Turns out people salute soldiers on the news, not on the streets." Lena's throat tightened. The truth in his voice was heavier than any storm outside. She whispered, "I'm so sorry." He shook his head. "Don't be. I made my choices. Just wish my son could have seen me before I lost everything." She blinked, the faint tremor in his words cracking her heart wide open. After a long silence, Lena rose and walked to the back room. Moments later, she returned with a folded wool blanket and a small box of pastries. "Here," she said, placing them beside him. "You can stay here tonight. It's warm. Tomorrow morning, maybe we can talk about a job." His eyes lifted, disbelief shining through the weariness. "You'd hire me?" "Everyone deserves a second chance," she replied. "And I need someone I can trust to open up early." For the first time, Eli smiled, a real, tired, grateful smile that made his entire face seem younger. "Thank you, Lena. I won't forget this." Over the next few weeks, Harper's boutique changed. Customers who once walked past the quiet homeless man began greeting him at the door. Eli swept the floors, fixed the window displays, even started whistling while cleaning the mirrors. He never complained, never asked for more than what he was given. And every morning, when he unlocked the front door, Lena noticed the Purple Heart medal, now hanging neatly around his neck, gleaming with quiet dignity. One night, after closing, she found a folded note on the counter. In Eli's careful handwriting, it read, "Thank you for seeing me when the world didn't. I'll make you proud." A month later, local news broke a story about a small clothing store hiring and supporting veterans in need. Reporters flooded Harper's boutique, and when they asked Lena why she did it, she said simply, "Because heroes don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes they just need someone to believe in them again." The camera caught Eli standing quietly in the background, wearing a clean shirt, his medal gleaming against his chest. When the segment aired, donations poured in. Other veterans found jobs through Lena's growing program. The man who once slept under her awning now managed the morning shifts. And every year after that, on the same rainy night he was first found, Lena placed a small American flag and a single white rose at the store's doorstep, a quiet reminder that compassion can rebuild what the world forgets.